Hello everyone and welcome to the final week of the first part of this Animal Flow beginners course. So we are going to crack on today with a recap of everything we've learned. While we chat, I'm just going to sit in this straddle position and start our wrist mode. So if you join in with me. So we're just clasping the hands and we're doing these wrist rolls, making sure that one palm rotates on top of the other and try and keep the forearms close. So we're going to recap on a lot of the stuff that we've learned over the past 5 weeks. We're going to perform a flow, which I'll show you in a second, that we'll do and learn throughout the class. And we're going to do our nice mobility and warm up now. And I'm going to also show you, now roll the other way, some other warm-up drills which relate to the hips, the hip flexors, and the feet and the toes, because these are very relevant joints. Teddy, come out the way, please. These are very relevant joints that we need to warm up for our animal flow practice. The feet, the ankles, the toes are all very important and play a massive part in our flow journey and our flow practice. Now let's do the snake. So they're important joints that we need to focus on. Hip flexors as well, they can get very tight, so we'll do some work on them in a second as well. Now roll back the other way. And I'm a little bit injured today, so I'm going to be doing a regressed version of the loaded beast. And this is quite good because it gives you, now do the reverse release stretch for your wrist. It gives you an idea of how we regress some movements if we are injured. It doesn't mean it stops our practice, we just need to take it back slightly. So just take that there, now roll through. Through. Wrist rolls and magnetic wrists we're doing now, and then roll back the other way. The arms as close as you can. Okay, now take the legs into this butterfly position and try and open up through the hips like this, just sitting into this position as tall as you can through the spine, really lengthening the back as you sit in this position. And then from there, we're going to go into our baby beast to do some rocks. So we'll go onto the floor into baby beast. That just means your knees are down, tuck the toes underneath you and just rock forward and back. I'm not going to rock too far back because my injury is on the back of my leg there. It's a Baker's cyst I got from cycling, actually, repetitive strain through some cycling. So it's not too animal flow, but I need to really watch on flexing my knee too much. So loaded beast and going back too deep into this is something I'm avoiding a little bit at the moment. So you can rock as far back as you can. Remember, when we come forward, we're really loading over the wrists here. So we want to load over straight arms to keep your core engaged. You don't want to collapse through the back. And you can see I'm coming all the way forward here over my wrist. This is a kind of warm-up drill that really helps us for things like wave unload, beast reach, and loaded beast unload, because we take our chest and our body weight all the way over the extended arms and wrists. Okay, now take the hands back to front and we'll do some circles here. So pushing the thumb and the little finger down and working through this roll and then back the other way. And let's just warm up our shoulders a little bit. So we're going to take the palms apart and the whoops, and the fingers pointing away from us, and then dropping the shoulder and going side to side with the eyes looking towards the bent arm. So you drop the straight arm to the floor and your eyes follow the bent arm. So try and get your chest down if you can. If you find this a struggle, just open your knees a little bit wider so that you've got a bit more room through the hips as well to mobilize this movement pattern a bit more. 2 more. And last one. Good. Okay. Let's warm up our knees and hips a little bit. So first of all, we're going to go into this kneeling lunge. So I want you to kneel, put your left leg behind, your right leg in front. Make sure you've got a straight line from your knee down to your ankle and from your knee up to your butt. You don't want to be re-leaning yet, okay? Nice and tall through the spine. Tilt your pelvis under. So if your butt's here, we want it to pull underneath you and squeeze as tight as you can forward. So we're activating through this hip flexor here. So squeeze it tight and really, really feel the front of this thigh and your hip flexor here, get the stretch. So squeezing that butt cheek underneath as tight as you can. When you practice these and do this stretch on your own, this is a really good one to do if you've got tight hip flexors. Just hold it for 1 minute to 2 minutes and really activate it. And then we're going to lift the arm of the same side of the leg that's behind. So my left leg's behind. And exhale and reach away. Exhale, reach. Exhale, reach. And again, 1 more. And then we'll do a little rock forward. So I'm not rocking through this knee, I'm extending through this hip. So I'm just pushing through that hip and opening up a little bit. So all the movement's coming from here. Okay, so just driving into this hip. 1 more. And now we're going to work through this ankle. So I want you to push the knee over the toes here. So push the knee over the toes and keep that heel on the floor. Now I'm working through this ankle flexion. You will still get it through that hip as well. So I'm really trying to activate you here. If we do this though, when we're trying to do the hip flexor, you lose the activation on the hip flexor because all the movement's coming here from the front leg. So break those 2 movement patterns down. The more you do this, the more flexible you're going to get through the ankle. And we need really good ankle dorsiflexion, this movement pattern, for animal flow. So you can just hold it there if you want, but you want the heel down. It helps you with your squats. It's going to help you with deep eight. It's going to help you with lots of movement patterns that you need to open up through your ankles for. And that's the last one. So let's do the other side now. So now we've got the right leg behind and the left leg forward. And I'm going to activate through this right hip, squeeze the butt forward and really switch it on tight. Chin tucked in, nice tall spine. And we're working through that back leg here. So I've got my right thigh and right hip flexor really switched on. Squeeze it tight. Now lift the right arm and exhale, reach over. Exhale, reach away. And again. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. And now just working through this hip still, just push slightly forward. So we're leaning slightly forward here, and all the work's coming from here, the hip here underneath. So I'm pushing, exhale, and trying to open up through that hip a bit more. 2 more. 1 more. And obviously you can do a lot more of that if you need to. Now I'm going to work through this ankle. So I'm going to work through ankle flexion there. Again, this is my injured leg, so I'm not going to go too far because I don't want to flex the back of this knee too much. But anyway, I'm driving the knee to go over those toes. And I'm just pushing forward. And I'm working through this ankle now. Okay. 3 more. 2 more. And one more. Okay, from there, I want you to put your hands down on the floor, inside of your hand, and try and lift up through that leg and just do some rocks here. So we're working through the hips and shoulders, and then we're going to open up. Hand back down and do rocks. Going. And then lift up. Next work. And then we'll open up. And then we'll go back to the other side. Left foot outside and do a little rock here. So I've got my hands inside of that left foot, and then I'm going to open that right arm. Little rock again. And open up. One more rep. And open up. Okay. From there, I want you to lie on the floor on your tummy, push your hands here, drop the backs of the feet and just lift. Shoulder blades pulling back, chin pulling back, opening up through the chest. Shoulder blades pin back and slowly lower. And again, push up, exhale. Pin those shoulders back and really open up. You'll feel it through the hips as well. And lower. 2 more reps. Exhale, push. Squeeze your butt cheeks, pull the shoulder blades back and lower. Last one. Exhale, push. Squeeze the shoulder blade back. Good. And then push back into your baby loaded beast, and then put your hands onto the fingertips there. So you can push your bum right back to the heels if you want. I can't quite do that at the minute, but you can. And then really pushing those fingertips into the floor and reaching them away from me to open up through my shoulder blade. You can shift a little bit side to side in this as well. Feels really nice. And release. Okay, we're going to sit into a deep eight now. So I want you to sit on the floor into your deep eight. Wherever your deep eight is fine. So if your deep eight's higher than this, because your heels don't want to stay connected to the ground this low, then that's fine. If your deep eight's lower, just go lower. But remember, don't collapse through the spine. I want to have a nice long spine, neutral spine here. I don't want to be doing this. So use your elbows, pry open your knees and sit proud in this position. And then just rock side to side. Use your feet, lift them up a little bit, push into the toes and flex through them. Okay. Now I want to do some drills for your feet. So what I want you to do is just kneel back on the right leg. And however you want to do it, you can sit on the floor if you want and just have your toes here. I want you to peel back each toe. So try and keep all your toes on the floor and just peel back the big toe. And then the next toe. So just peeling back each toe. It might feel weird doing this, but it's a really beneficial thing to our joints of our toes. Because often our toes can sort of get fused together, and from footwear or from years of, bad footwear or posture or just the way we're built and anatomy, our joints lose their ability to sort of function independently. So we need to assist them sometimes. And we really do use our toes and our feet a lot in animal flow, and flexing through them is really important. Let's do the other one. So just pull up the big toe and let it drop, and then the next toe. And you might want to use your hand to hold down the other toes so that they move independently, because I find that really hard. When I lift one toe, the others try and lift up with it. So just use your hand and hold down the others while you lift another one up. So hold them down and then lift another toe up. Just do another set. And last one. Now we're going to do flexion through the feet. So you're just going to stand and just flex through the feet here. So like this, you can see I'm pushing through my toes. You can lean into a wall. You can stand tall if you want. I'm going into this hinge a bit. Feels a bit easier for me. And I'm really pushing into my toes as I do this. So let all your weight balance into the toe joints. It might feel really tight because if you're not used to coming up high on your toes, they'll feel stiff and they'll lack in movement. This is a really important joint or joints to prep. So keep going. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Good. Okay, coming back down. Okay, just do some little thoracic spine rolls, keeping the arms close to the body, and then back. We're going to do some limb lifts today to start warming up. We don't do them every class, but I'd recommend using limb lifts as a real drill for progressing your practice. Limb lifts are just incredible for creating progress with our balance, our coordination, and our stability. So let's start in a crab. So fingertips pointing away, shoulder blades down the back, eyes to the rising sun, feet wider than hip width, and then elevate by pushing the heel of the hand into the floor. So really use your lats to engage here. Pull the back to the wrist. Now lift the right foot for 3, 2, 1. And then the left foot for 3, 2, 1. Lift the right hand for 3, 2, 1. And then the left hand for 3, 2, 1. Left foot, right hand for 3, 2, 1. Right foot, left hand for 3, 2, 1. Now, I want to point out something here about crab and about crab static, crab limb lifts, under switches, which come from crabs mainly, and crab reach. Often people will experience some sort of discomfort through their shoulders, wrists, and elbows when they're not using their lats to assist them in this, okay? So I talked about it at the very beginning, but when you go into this position, don't just collapse your body down into it. Elevate through your back and feel these muscles really connect for you and help you work. So as you put the hands behind and you elevate up by pushing the heel of the hand into the floor, so I push there, that space between my earlobe and my shoulder, you can see my spine's long. I'm not sitting down into the arms and collapsing around and forward. I really want a proud chest, the lats to engage, shoulder blades down the back, and think about the back helping me and assisting me here. And the butt, it doesn't want to be here. It wants to be here. Now I've got my nice neutral spine. As soon as the butt comes away, I'm loading again. The shoulders are feeling really uncomfortable there. I'm not supported in this nice upright position with my scaffold pole arms. So please take note of this teaching form and technique drill because it will really help you with your practice. Now we're going to under switch. So we're going to do a right leg under switch to beast. So we lift the heels, right leg, left hand, and we under switch to our beast. Okay, so check your beast. Are the hands beneath the shoulders? Are the knees as wide as the wrists in line? Are the knees in line with the navel here, not here under the hips? Lift the left foot for 3, 2, 1. Right foot for 3, 2, 1. Left hand for 3, 2, 1. Right hand for 3, 2, 1. Left hand, right foot for 3, 2, 1. Right hand, left foot for 3, 2, 1. Right leg under switch to crab. Right leg under switch to beast. Left leg under switch to crab. left leg under switch to beast. 2 more, right leg under switch to crab, left leg under switch to beast, left leg under switch to crab, and right leg under switch to beast. Good, and release. And release your wrists. And just rest on them for a sec. Okay, so today we are going to continue our journey learning the call-out language of to and into. So we're going to do a flow at the end of the class, and we're going to learn the flow and lead up to it with drills that we're going to learn now, and I'm going to break them down. I'm going to demonstrate the flow to you now. Try and remember it off by heart for a quick recap of it. And I'm not going to talk the language, I'm just going to demo it, and then we're going to learn the flow. Okay. So I'm trying to get in a position where you can see all the movement. Okay, so that was your flow. I got it all in. Okay. Quite a nice little hearts pump up, which all animal flow is. Release your wrists. Now let's just break down some of our movement patterns and start warming up the body, ready for all of the stuff we're going to do. So we're going to do some regressed crab reach to start. So we're going to start like this, with our hand here, and we're going to push up into our crab reach. So follow along with me, right hand in front. Remember, when we do a crab reach, the hand stays very close to the face. Don't have the hand flying away. Continually stays like an inch from the face. Even when it goes over the head, it stays close. Okay, so the regressed version, come up. Turn and down at the side. Thumb points away, up we come. Two more. Right. Done. Okay. So we're going to practice under switch now. So we're going to just recap on these. So we start in a crab. Remember what we just learned. And we're going to under switch tap with the right leg. So if we call out right leg under switch tap, we tap to a beat. left leg under switch tap, right leg under switch tap, left leg under switch tap. Now we're going to under switch the beast. So we'll do a right leg under switch the beast. And we're going to start from here doing side kick throughs. Left leg, side kick through. Trying to go to our 3 o'clock, no, 9 o'clock. If you can't quite manage it, don't worry. Try and make sure you've got the same space between the foot, the hip and the hand. Don't want to be over here or over there. Want this nice even spacing, and then up on the heel to come back. Right leg side kick through. Right leg under switch. 2 more. Left leg side kick through. Left leg under switch. Right leg side kick through. Right leg under switch, back to beast. And rest there. So we practice under switch tap, and side kick through with the under switch that takes us back to our beast. And that's part of the flow today. So the flow starts with a beast and it takes us into a side kick through. And from there, we do a jumping under switch. So we're going to learn this transition with the language. Remember, the language is to and into, either or. So if you hear the words to or into, you know we're going to transition from that move we're in into or to another move without completing the move we're in. So if you want to watch first, you can. So if I step beast and I do a right leg side kick through, and then from there, I'm going to do a right leg jumping under switch. So instead of under switching just a beast, I'm going to jump, swap feet, and under switch into a right arm crab reach. Okay, return to crab. So let's practice that again. Do it from a different angle. So if I'm in beast, go slowly, set beast. Right leg, side kick through. Right leg jumping under switch. From here, we just lift the heel. We go to beast, swap feet through into right arm, crab reach. Return to crab. Let's practice on the other side. So, slowing it down. Remember, our jumping under switch is a 360-degree move. We swap the feet behind us as we go round. Jumping under switch traditionally goes from a crab to a crab, left leg jumping under switch. Right leg jumping under switch. But we're going to go from a modified crab because we can still do anything that we do from a crab from a modified crab. And our modified crab is the position we're in when we're in a side kick through. This is a modified crab. Okay? Modified crab, crab. Modified crab, crab. So whenever you're in the modified crab here, from here I could do a full scorpion, look. Now I'm back in another modified crab. From here I could go into the jumping under switch. So whatever move goes from a crab, you can also do it from a modified crab. And that's how we start flowing seamlessly with transitions, pulling out the to, the into, rather than finishing a position. We don't have to pull out to or into when we pull out this flow, because when we start in the beast, we set beast, right leg side kick through. Now I've finished my side kick through. What am I going to do from there? I'm not going to under switch, I'm going to jumping under switch, right leg jumping under switch into a right arm crab reach. So I know that when I've jumped in my jumping under switch, I normally finish in the crab, but I'm not going to put the right hand down. So because I've heard the pull out into right leg jumping under switch to right arm, so I don't finish, crab reach. Return to crab. So let's do on the left side. Set beast. Left leg side kick through. Left leg jumping under switch into left arm, crab, reach. Base hand on the floor, eyes look at it. Arm over the head, bicep hugging the ear. Return to crab. So that's the first part of the flow. Set beast. Right leg side kick through, or left leg side kick through. We'll start with right leg side kick through, right leg jumping under switch into right arm crab reach. And then from there, we're going to perform an under switch tap. So if we said into right arm crab reach, and I was here, now normally I'd return to crab. But what I'm going to call out is return to crab into left leg under switch tap. So I know that if my right hand's off the floor, it's the left leg that's going to perform the action. So it'd be impossible to do it unless we're really advanced movers to lift both sides. We work contralaterally in animal flow. Right hand versus left leg, left hand versus right. So if I'm in a right arm crab reach here, and I go return to crab to, the hand's not going to go down, left leg, and tap, or finishing crab. Okay, so that's the next part. Into left leg under switch tap. So let's practice that. So we'll just set crab, and we'll go from the point that we're at our crab reach. So we're in our crab reach, and we're going to say return to crab into left leg under switch tap, or finish me in crab. Okay, and if we do it on the left side, left arm, crab reach, return to crab, into right leg under switch tap, or finish me in crab again. So let's put the whole of that part of the flow together, starting from the top, from the beast. Just go along with my call up. Set beast. Right leg side kick through. Right leg jumping under switch into right arm crab reach. Jump, round, crab reach. Return to crab into left leg under switch tap, or finish me in crab. Good. Let's do it on the other side. Practice on the other side. So these drills are the ones that are going to solidify and cement the information in your brain. The more you can practice drills and transitions and flowing together with these into and to call outs, the more this will come naturally to you, like riding a bike. Okay, so set beast. Left leg side kick through. Left leg jumping under switch into left arm crab reach. Return to crab into right leg under switch tap to crab. Good, let me do it once more from a different angle for you. Do it from here. We'll do that left side again. It's good to practice on both sides. Set beast. Left leg, side kick through. Left leg, jumping under switch. Into left arm, crab reach. Return to crab. into right leg, under switch tap, will finish me in crab. Notice when I under switch tap and finish in crab, a really common mistake that people make is this. I'll show you it badly so that you can see what I mean, but it's common. So if I come back from my crab reach, I'm here, return to crab, into, the first thing people do wrong is they start under switching from here. Remember, you have to come all the way down as if you're in a crab, back to wrist before we go over. Then our spacing's right for our position for our under switch to beast. So don't start under switching until your butt's back in your crab position. Then under switch tap, tap to beast. Now what a lot of people do is come round and clog down, look at my neck and shoulders. Whereas you need to engage the lats very much when you're doing these under switch tap. Otherwise your shoulders are really going to feel this. You need to make sure that you are powering down through the lats and the back's fully engaging so that when you do your under switch tap, return to crab into right leg, under switch tap, lock it in here. So the more you can practice the engaging through the spine, you don't want to land like this and put load through the shoulders here and go into flexion in your spine. You really want to create that nice strong engagement, up to wrist, neutral spine, chin tucked in, eyes to the rising sun, all of that really matters. Okay, good. So our next part of the flow is another into call out. So we've just done our under switch tap and we finished in crab. And then we're going to say left leg under switch into loaded beast. So instead of under switching to our traditional beast, we're going to lift the heels, the left leg's going to come under. And now don't do this and start pulling your leg under. Lift the foot, lift the hand, and then rotate into your loaded beast. I can't put my bum all the way back because of my injury, but you can go deep in your loaded beast, arms forward. Okay, so let's practice that again. Okay, from a different angle. So I'm in my crab. And I'm going to call out left leg under switch into loaded beast. So like we learned in the beginning, our limb lifts, we learned legs, feet and hands, and then we did both together. So if it's a left leg under switch into loaded beast, we lift the heels because they're the brakes, we lift the left foot and the right hand, and then we start rotating and then go back into your loaded beast, okay? So make sure you practice those limb lifts, because those limb lifts are what we use all the time to make the transition seamless. Right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot, and swap. You can see as I lift the arm, I don't bend it. I just elevate like this. So lifting and lifting. When we do under switches into, we want to be able to control that turn, okay, and keep it nice and seamless. So now we're in our loaded beast. We are going to do a wave unload. Remember, this wave unload is a spinal wave. So let's set loaded beast, and this is the next part of the flow. We're going to do a wave unload. No, we're not. We're going to do a front step. We missed something out. So we're in our loaded beast. Ignore all of that about wave unload. That comes later. And we're going to do a right leg front step. Remember, the step comes the foot outside of the hand as far as we can. Right leg front step. Hand in open attack position. Elbow pulled into rib cage. Lats engaged. Eyes forward. We're not rotating. We're looking ahead. Okay. And then we return to our loaded beast. Let's try and lift the foot at the same time without putting the hand down. Okay. And then from there, we're going to do a front kick through. And remember, whatever leg we call out the kick through, the opposite leg is the one that leads. So if I call out a left leg front kick through, it's the right leg that jumps forward because I have to allow the space for the left leg to jump through. So if I call out right leg front, left leg front kick through, the right leg leads and the left leg comes through. Sorry, a dog was in the way there. So pop back to load of beast, I'll demo again. Left leg front kick through, the right leg leads and the left leg jumps through. And now our hands in the guard position. Palm in, elbow still tucked in, rib cage in, feet facing forward, pointed toe. And we're going to pop back to loaded beast. I'll show you from the side. Right, left leg front kick through, right leg jumps outside, left leg forward. Pop back to loaded beast. There. So let's practice that little part of the flow. So we have done our under switch tap that took us back to our crab. And then from there, from crab, we under switched into loaded beast. So I'll do it from here now. So we're in our crab. We've just finished our under switch tap. And we're going to say right leg under switch into loaded beast. Left leg front step. Return to loaded beast. Left leg front kick through. Pop it back to loaded beast. Okay, let's do that bit again. So, from here. I can't do this on the other side, but you guys can. So I'm going to call it out. I'm doing it on the same leg because of my injury, but I'm going to call it out the other side for you. Okay, so right leg under switch into loaded beast. Right leg front step. Return to loaded beast. Right leg front kick through. You're going to lead with your left leg and kick through. With the right, pop it back to loaded beast. Okay. So let's do that whole flow from the top to that point. Okay. Release your wrists a bit. We're doing great. We're learning quite a complicated flow now. And this is how we're going to really advance your practice. Is just adding to it all the time. And the more you learn flow, the more you'll be able to add to your flows and advance your practice and add more stuff to it. Okay, remember we can only go as fast as our flow and our form will allow us. So if we're going too fast and the form is screwing up, we need to slow down. So always slow down your practice if you need to. Okay, set beast. Right leg side kick through. Right leg jumping under switch into right arm, crab reach. Return to crab into left leg under switch tap. We'll finish you in crab. Right leg under switch into loaded beast. Left leg front step. Return to loaded beast. Left leg front kick through, lead with the right leg. Pop it back to loaded beast. Okay. Let's do that again. 2 more times. Practice this part of the flow. Okay, I'm going to do it from a different angle. We'll do it on the other side. Just ignore my left and right because I'm accommodating for injury, but I'm going to call out for you the other side. Here we go. Step beast. Left leg side kick through. Left leg jumping under switch into left arm, crab reach. Return to crab into right leg under switch tap. We'll finish you in crab. Left leg under switch into loaded beast. Right leg front step. return to loaded beast. Right leg front kick through, pop it back to loaded beast. And rest. Well done. One more go. Back on the side we started. Go from a different angle again. Okay. Ready? Set beast. Right leg side kick through. Right leg jumping under switch into right arm crab reach. Return to crab into left leg under switch tap will finish me in crab. Right leg under switch into loaded beast. Left leg front step. Return to loaded beast. Left leg front kick through, lead with the right leg. Pop it back to loaded beast. And rest. Well done. So, another thing you can do to progress your practice, release your wrist now. And I'll show you actually another wrist relief stretch, which is a really nice one, is that just backs of the palms on the mat and keeping spine elevated. It's a lovely way to release your wrist. Okay, so another thing you can do with your practice is write down the flow. So you can listen to this or record it or play it and record it on your phone and start to learn the call out or repeat it yourself and record it more slowly so that you are going at a speed or speeding it up or doing it however you want. But breaking down flows into mini drills is so beneficial to our practice. So even if you did drills of set beast, side kick through, jumping under switch to crab reach, and then set beast, and keep repeating that drill. It would look like this. Set beast, right leg side kick through, right leg jumping under switching to crab reach, return to crab, under switch back to beast. At the side, left leg side kick through, left leg jumping under switch to left arm crab reach, return to crab, and under switch to beast. So you could repeat that drill 10 times. Apart from the fact it's a really great workout and it's going to get your heart rate up and it's going to really, really help you with mobility, strength, endurance, fitness. It will teach you in your mind, in your memory, the language, and the language is everything. So remember, just drill the drills, drill them, drill them, drill them, keep drilling them. The more we practice, the better we get. So the next part of the flow is our wave unload, okay? So we've done our front step, we've done our front kick through, we popped back to loaded beast, and then we're going to go into a wave unload. So our wave unload is a spinal load. So we set beast, and then we set loaded beast. Take the arms as far forward as you can, head tucked in between the arms, not below them. Right, hips high, wave unload. Keep those ears in line with your arms, so you're looking back at your feet. Now you can see the benefit of us warming up our toes, because in this position we want to be high up on the balls of our feet. So the more flexion you've got through your toes, the better this is for this pose, position, stretch. Now we start loading over straight arms. And you can see the drill we did for warm up here is really helping us here as we're loading over these straight arms. You can see I'm not collapsing here. Now, as I load, then I start slowly lowering. Exhale. Chin is the last thing to come up. When I return, I say return to loaded beast. The chin moves on its own, independently of everything else. And then I push the floor over down and I come back to this position here. Hips high, legs straight. Balls of the feet pushing into the floor, head between arms, and then back to loaded beast. And again, let's do another wave unload. Load the weight forward over our scaffold arms. Start lowering the hips. Unravel the spine. Return to loaded beast. Chin tuck. Push the floor away with the hands hips high. Core engage. Loaded beast. Last one. Wave unload up. Driving the weight forward. Drop the hips. Exhale. Return to loaded beast. Push up. So that's the next part of the flow, is wave unload. So we're going to now do the scorpion reach. So scorpion reach also comes from wave unload. Remember last session, we learned the two other types of scorpions from level 1, full scorpion and a scorpion switch. Those two that we learned last week both come from our switches and transitions, because they're a type of under switch. Full scorpion takes you from crab to crab, or from modified crab to modified crab, or modified crab to crab, and crab to modified crab, but it's always a type of crab, a 360-degree move. Scorpion switch is half of the full scorpion, takes you from beast to crab, or beast to modified crab. Remember, when we transition through full scorpion, we transition through the beast. We go into a modified beast, which is on 1 foot, and that's how we create the halfway point for the switch and transition called scorpion switch, which you can do from a beast. But the scorpion reach is from our form-specific stretch range, and it is the only scorpion where we sting the tail. And we start from loaded beast and we finish in loaded beast. The way I learned this and differentiated between the scorpions and how I got it in my head was I thought of the word scorpion reach, and I thought loaded beast is back. So I have to reach forward to do scorpion reach because I sting the knee to the wrist. So it made me always remember that whatever position I was in, I needed to be back, which is a loaded beast. So we push all the weight back in order to come forward and sting the tail. So if you're struggling with finding a way to learn, that's how I learn. So I hope that helps. So let's practice our scorpion reaches now. We're going to set loaded beast, and we're going to do 2. So we're going to do 1 on each side. Set loaded beast, left leg scorpion reach, the left knee stings as low as you can onto the right wrist. Now, push the head between the arm, right leg, stay slightly bent, don't lock it out, and then push the hips high and try and get the right rib to the right thigh. You can see that's creating more height in my hips. If I take it away, I lengthen that spine and elongate my body, and I'm not getting the height to the hips. So get the rib to the thigh as much as you can. Bend the left leg, point the toe. Return to loaded beast, sting the wrist again, and back to loaded beast. Right leg scorpion reach, the right knee stings the left wrist. I scoop the knee open into this rounded scorpion. Left leg slightly bent, left foot up on the toes, head between the arms, left thigh to left rib. Return to loaded beast, sting the wrist, and back. From here, we're going to do loaded beast unload. Let's go into it. Unload, the knees stay low to the floor, the arms stay straight. Push the body weight over the wrist. Chin tucked in, shoulder blades protracted. Return to loaded beast. 2 more. Unload. Slowly come forward. Core engaged. Push the floor away with the hands, chin stays tucked in. Return to loaded beast. Last one. Unload. Slowly forward, knees hovering off the floor, just not touching. Push the core over the hands, trap the shoulders, chin stays tucked in, core activated. Return to and rest. Woo! We've got 5 minutes to finish this flow. So let's do all of the flow from the top. And then we've got one final bit to add in at the end. So let's get ready. Release your wrist quickly. And we're starting in a beast. Are you ready? I'll go slowly, follow my lead, set beast. Right leg, side kick through. Right leg jumping under switch, into right arm, crab reach. Return to crab, into left leg under switch tap, finishes in crab. Right leg under switch, into loaded beast. Left leg front step, return to loaded beast. Left leg front kick through, lead with the right leg. Pop it back to loaded beast. Wave unload, hips high. Up on the toes, arms stay straight. Unravel the spine. Return to loaded beast. Left leg, scorpion reach. Sting the wrist. Push up. Don't lock out the base leg. Return to loaded beast. And rest. Woo. Well done. So the last little bit from our flow is we're going to leap to a deep ape. Now I know that's not possible for everyone, but from a loaded beast, we can jump or leap to a deep ape. I'll tell you how it looks. So if I'm a loaded beast here, I've just finished my scorpion reach and I say leap to deep ape. I'm going to keep my hands on the floor and just jump forward. Now, if that's too much for you, you can do this. And step. Your deep ape's high, that's fine. So however you get to your deep ape is fine, okay? Just try and transition through it as smoothly as you can. The more we practice, the more mobile our hips will become. But there's a little catch. We're going to leap into ape reach. So I'll show you what it looks like. So we don't just go to ape, we go straight into the reach. So I say, return to loaded beast from scorpion reach, leap to deep ape reach. Straight into it. Open. Set deep ape. And that's the end of the flow. So we leap to ape reach. So if you step into it, you'll do this. Okay, if your ape's there, that's fine. Just go to where your ape is. Let's practice that bit. So we're in our loaded beast. We've just finished our scorpion reach. And we're going to leap to ape reach. Open. Arms long, arms open. Lengthen the arms, don't pull them back. Up on the toes. Set deep ape. Good. So we've got 60 seconds and we're going to put the flow all together twice. We'll do what we can. Ready? Follow along. Doing once on each side. Set, beast. Right leg, side kick through. Right leg jumping under switch into right arm, crab reach. Return to crab into left leg under switch, tap. Right leg under switch into loaded beast. Left leg front step. Return to loaded beast. Left leg front kick through, lead with the right leg. Pop it back to loaded beast. Wave unload. The arms straight. Unravel the spine. Look up. Return to loaded beast. Left leg scorpion reach, left knee stings right wrist. Right rib gets close to right thigh. Up on the toes. Return to loaded beast. Leap to ape reach. Open. Step deep eight. And rest. Woo. So, release your wrists. And let's do the other side. Okay, and then we're done. So, I'll do it from a completely different angle. You might see me from a different point, but it might help you with form, okay? Step feast. Left leg side kick through. Left leg jumping under switch into left arm crab reach. Return to crab into right leg under switch tap. Left leg under switch into loaded beast. Right leg front step. Return to loaded beast. Right leg front kick through. Pop it back to loaded beast. Wave and load. Some control. Return to loaded beast. Right leg scorpion reach, right knee stings left wrist. Push up. Return to loaded beast. Unload. I forgot that last time. Loaded beast, unload. Let's do one. Return to loaded beast. Leap to deep eight reach. And open. Step deep eight. And rest. Woo. Release your wrists. However you need to. Take a drink. Make sure you practice, practice, practice. And we will be back with more flow. Hope you enjoyed it. Lots of love.